All right, what's going on, everybody? Cobra Trading here, back again. I was going to do a 90-second analysis video, but everything I wanted to put into it was a little too long. Twitter's got their upload restraints. So we're going to do a quick 10-minute Bitcoin analysis video along with heat maps as well as liquidation levels. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Cobra Trading, your host. Make sure that you smash that like and subscribe button so that you get notifications whenever I come out with a new analysis video as well as tutorials. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming back to join me for another video. I appreciate the love and support. Let's hop right into the charts. All right, so taking a look at the almost naked daily chart first, I do have the Ichimoku cloud indicator up on here, and I just want to point out one thing real quickly is that we have been using our Tenkan-sen line as very strong support here. This is the second time that we've tested it with a pretty decent reaction off of it acting as support. So that's a really good thing to see. If we take a look at our indicators on this daily chart, we can see that if I bring the drawings up, that we're actually using this 50 line on the RSI as very strong support. We're abiding by this parallel channel that I have very well. And our MACD indicator is crossing bullishly and trying to creep up into the bullish territory. Taking a look at this channel by itself, obviously this was defined when we came up and we made a higher high here to test our 2017 all-time high resistance. And then our bottom was defined when we had this first dip. So if we do retest, I would expect to see maybe a test of this lower channel line to put in another higher low here before maybe breaking that all-time high resistance. Coming down to this 4-hour chart, you can actually see that we're using that really important 56 level on our RSI as very strong support here. We did just bounce off of that in this little support box that I have. This is actually where I opened up a long position. Been in it for quite some time now, but I'm really just hoping that we can finally push through and make it past this median line in the overall channel here. Our MACD is sitting really nicely in bullish territory. We just got a cross as well. So that's something to take note of. But overall, the price action here is looking very good. I'm hoping that we're not seeing the same kind of situation that we did here where we kind of make a slightly higher high compared to the first one before a drop and then end up retracing down to the bottom of the channel. But if we do retrace down to the bottom of the channel, I will have bids waiting there for the retrace so that I can buy the dip. Now, taking a quick look at the 1-hour chart, I want to direct your attention to this 50 EMA line that we've had. We did use that as very strong support. That's the first time we've tested it on the hourly chart since we broke above it back here on the 11th. So that's a really nice bullish retest that we had, and we were able to manage to come back above and bullishly retest our Kijun-sen line on our Ichimoku cloud. If we take that off the screen, we actually also have a smaller channel on this 1-hour chart. So we've got kind of an ascending parallel channel inside of the larger 4-hour and daily time frame ascending channel, right? So this is kind of what I've been playing on the lower time frames for now. We did actually just get a bullish retest of our median line. So I'm continuing to think that we might push higher here and retest the upper part of this trend line one more time. So I would really like to see something like this and then end up breaking out of the channel. Another thing that's looking really good is on this 1-hour time frame, once we got this reaction here and we started coming back up, we actually not only did we break above the median line on this channel, but we also broke back above and retested bullishly so far our 56 level on the hourly RSI, which is really good. Our ATR rather is looking really good right now. It's just a little bit under 100. So it's starting to taper off and get a little lower, which tells me that this definitely has room for more upside in terms of volatility. It's got a lot more room to either push up or retrace here if this does in fact turn into a level of resistance. And that level of resistance that I'm referring to is literally right here. That's kind of what we've been trying. The price action is actually right up to this candle right now. And this is what we're trying to break. This is a small minor area of resistance, and we're trying to push up past this so we can test the upper trend line on this channel. So switching over to Trading Light, which is the platform that I use for heat maps, link is down there in the description below. Definitely check this out. I'll also link a video up here in the corner for the tutorial of this entire platform. So make sure that you check this out. This is a platform that I like to use every day in conjunction with another one, which I'll show you in just a minute. All in all, looking very good. It looks like we wiped out a whole bunch of orders and liquidity down here. We're starting our way up. The bulls are putting on the pressure here, lots of orders coming in, and they're trying to push above this level of resistance here that we've had for quite some time. I'm assuming this little liquidity pool up here on Binance Futures is probably some short stops at 19,500. That seems pretty likely to me, but overall, we're looking very good here. Our OBV is increasing along with the price action. Our open interest is increasing along with the price action. And that pretty much tells me, since the liquidations are low right now, that the bulls are putting on the moves and they're trying to keep this price pushing up higher. Lots of orders coming into the market. So over here on our liquidation chart, I want to take a look at Binance first, and this is pretty much what we got here. We can see that we've got this major amount of just really high leveraged long positions all below us. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that we could experience a long squeeze. I think a rejection would have to happen with very large market makers putting sell orders in order to make the price go low enough, quick enough, in order to catch people off guard and actually go through and liquidate all of these. But for the most part, we've got a lot of over leveraged long positions that are very high in value here, all the way down to about $18,000. So that's just something to be mindful of. That's not saying that we are going to have a long squeeze or that the price has to retrace, because in general right now, in the short term right here, just if we take a look at this and zoom in, we're definitely a lot closer to liquidating some of these 50 and 100x short orders than we are our long positions down here at about 19.2 and 19.1. Those are our first liquidation levels for 100x long positions. We've already wiped out one earlier today that was about 35 million worth at 19.3, and we're continuing to work our way higher to try and, I guess, grab some of this liquidity that's up here to the upside. Taking a look at the Bitmex liquidation levels, it's pretty much the same. As you can see, there's not nearly as many orders on here as there are on Binance Futures. Binance Futures has way more volume now than Bitmex does, considering all of the issues that they're having legally and restructuring their management and all of that stuff. So let's zoom in here and take a closer look at exactly what we got, right? So we actually came up and we snagged some of these positions. Someone got in on this wick for a short, 10.7 million contracts leveraged at, I guess that's 100x at 19.5. So that would probably be the first level that I would be looking for in general, considering that there's a lot of confluence with that 19.5 to 19.7 level in terms of liquidations across the major exchanges. So I will be looking for that. Earlier this morning, when we had that first drop, we liquidated and took out a 50 million contract, 100x order for 19.338 was the price level that was at. So we took that out, and we've pretty much just going sideways ever since. Price pretty much corrected after that, and now we're just kind of moving on sideways. Again, here, we're a lot closer in terms of price for Bitmex, closer to these shorts up here than the longs on the downside. Moving on to Bybit, it's pretty much more of the same. As you can see, we've got all of those major orders down here. People that pretty much, I don't want to necessarily say got in early, because this is really only, like 3 days ago back here. This is a smaller time frame chart. But in general, we are starting to push our way up to try and snag some of this long liquidity. Now, my thought on this is that we're probably going to come up and maybe snag this liquidity that's up here and then probably reject a little bit. I know that obviously shorts have to do the opposite to close their positions and buy, but unless we see some bullish momentum coming into the market because the price decides to jump higher and snag this liquidity, I'm afraid that we might end up be putting in a lower high compared to just a couple days ago on the 15th, where we kind of topped out at just below 19,600. So this is definitely the area that I'm looking for. Again, that confluence of liquidation levels across these three major exchanges is really good to see. Normally the price will gravitate towards where the majority of the liquidity is. So coming back to this hour chart, just in the time of me showing you where those liquidations are, we're actually moving up right now, as you can see on the screen, to tap the top of this channel here. So I'm really hoping to get a close above our last previous high, which was at 19,500. Seeing an hourly close above that would translate into seeing that close above our median line on our larger time frame, on this 4-hour time frame here. So it is looking pretty bullish right now. Whether it stays that way throughout the day and the rest of the week is obviously yet to see, but with that, that's pretty much where I'm going to be ending the video today. All right, everybody, that is pretty much about it. That's going to do it for me today. I really hope that you enjoyed the video, and I tried to keep it a little short while putting a lot of information in there for you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, make sure that you smash that like and subscribe button so that you're not missing out on any amazing content. And if you're interested in these platforms, like I mentioned, go into the description below and make sure that you check out Trading Light. Make sure that you check out my tutorial on that, as well as High Block Capital. I actually have a video coming out later on this week that's going to be going over all of the new features that High Block Capital just came out with. Really, really amazing platform. It can really give you an edge in terms of knowing where to place your stop losses, what areas to avoid based on those major exchanges that have like humongous liquidity pools for over leveraged positions and stuff for very large orders. So with all that said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all later. Happy trading.